Welcome to Artificial Intelligent Finances, your go-to channel for all things finance and technology. Our team of experts is dedicated to providing you with the latest news and insights on how artificial intelligence and machine learning are transforming the financial industry. From investing strategies to digital banking solutions, we've got you covered. So, sit back, relax, and join us on this journey to the future of finance. Story 1: The Assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. Introduction. On April 4, 1968, civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee. He was in Memphis to support striking sanitation workers, and was staying at the Lorraine Motel when he was shot. The assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. is one of the most significant crimes in American history, and had a profound impact on the civil rights movement. The assassination, at 6:01 p.m., as Dr. King stood on the balcony outside his room, he was shot by a single bullet fired from a nearby boarding house. The bullet struck him in the neck and severed his spinal cord. He was rushed to a nearby hospital but was pronounced dead less than an hour later. The investigation into Dr. King's assassination was led by the FBI and involved multiple agencies, including the Memphis Police Department. Within hours of the shooting, a manhunt was underway for the killer. The FBI eventually identified James O. Ray as the primary suspect. Ray was a white supremacist with a criminal record who had been on the run from the law for several years. He was arrested in London, England 2 months after the assassination and extradited to the United States to stand trial. Ray initially confessed to the crime but later recanted, claiming that he had been coerced into confessing and that he was set up by a shadowy organization. Despite his protestations of innocence, Ray was found guilty and sentenced to 99 years in prison. This had a profound impact on the civil rights movement and the United States as a whole. Dr. King was a highly respected and influential leader who had played a key role in the fight for racial equality and justice. His death sparked outrage and grief across the country, and riots broke out in many cities. The assassination also had political ramifications, as it occurred during a time of great unrest and tension in the country. President Lyndon B. Johnson declared a national day of mourning, and Vice President Hubert Humphrey attended Dr. King's funeral. In the years following the assassination, there were ongoing controversies and conspiracy theories surrounding the case. Some believed that Ray had acted alone, while others speculated that he had been part of a larger conspiracy involving government agencies or white supremacist groups. In 1999, the King family filed a civil lawsuit against Lloyd Jowers, a Memphis bar owner who had claimed involvement in the assassination. The lawsuit alleged that Jowers had participated in a conspiracy to kill Dr. King, and a jury found Jowers and others involved in the plot. However, the verdict was largely seen as symbolic, as many questions about the assassination remain unanswered to this day. The assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. remains a tragic and significant event in American history, and his legacy as a civil rights leader continues to inspire and influence people around the world. Story 2: The Vanishing of the Diamond Necklace. Introduction. The legendary diamond necklace had been on display at the National Museum of History for just 1 week when it vanished. The necklace was a priceless piece of jewelry that had been worn by royalty and movie stars alike. The heist was a brazen crime that left museum officials stunned and the police scrambling to find the thieves. The heist, the National Museum of History, had been abuzz with excitement over the arrival of the diamond necklace. Crowds had lined up for hours to see the priceless jewel on display. On the 7th day of its exhibition, the necklace was discovered to be missing. The police were called immediately, and an investigation was launched. The museum was put on lockdown, and everyone who had been in the building was questioned. However, there were no witnesses, no fingerprints, and no clues. Detective Jessica Wu was assigned to the case, and she worked tirelessly to solve the crime. She interviewed museum staff and visitors, scoured security footage, and even went undercover to gather information. Despite her efforts, she was unable to uncover any leads. Days turned into weeks, and the investigation seemed to be at a standstill. However, one day, Detective Wu received a tip from an anonymous source. The source claimed to have information about the whereabouts of the diamond necklace. The resolution: Detective Wu followed the tip and found herself in a rundown warehouse on the outskirts of the city. She cautiously approached the building and entered, gun drawn. Inside, she found a group of men huddled around a table examining the necklace. Detective Wu ordered the men to freeze, and they complied. She then took the necklace and arrested the men. During the interrogation, the men claimed that they had stolen the necklace for a wealthy collector who had promised them a large sum of money. Detective Wu was able to track down the collector, who confessed to having hired the thieves. He was arrested and charged with grand larceny. The diamond necklace was returned to the National Museum of History, and Detective Wu was hailed as a hero. The case was closed, but Detective Wu knew that the experience had changed her forever. She had been forced to confront the darker side of human nature, and she knew that there were many more criminals out there who would stop at nothing to get what they wanted. Thanks for tuning into Artificial Intelligent Finances. We hope you found today's content informative and thought-provoking. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to stay up to date on all our latest videos. If you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, feel free to leave a comment below. Until next time, keep exploring the world of finance and technology.